Southside game up, man. These boys be fresh, man.
It's on you guys.
Okay, we have to relocate because of the lighting, so getting a little dark out here, so we'll finish the interview up. Away from the money, we know Rosie's place is going to bring in $1 billion into the city, into the community, whatever, but how would that be distributed into the community, into the schools, into the people, into the beautification of the area? Like, how would the community benefit from this?
Absolutely, it's a very important question, and again, most of the individuals that we have talked about that are part of this particular project, again, are right here in the community, doing things in the community, already partners in education with various schools here in the community as well, and so that's very important. So it is a natural connection that will be between Kingdom Logistics, who's doing this particular project, and places like Washington Marion, and schools like Molo and Compre Fondale and Ralph Wilson and other places along those lines. So we're very familiar with this community as far as the various different educational needs that are available. In fact, two of us already set on the GO group. Many of us have ever heard of GO group. We're already on the task force that has been designed for education and workforce development. So we're already there ensuring that our community and Southwest Louisiana as a whole is making sure that it does its part for education and workforce development. We've already tapped over into Sewella as well, ensuring that there's some scholarship funds available for individuals that are looking to be a part of this economic expansion, particularly women. They're going to be looking at doing a women's welding class here very soon, and we're already positioned there to be a partial sponsor and assistance to them there for individuals that want to be a part of that. So educationally, very, very important for us here in Southwest Louisiana, here in our community, to be actively and proactive about some of the things that we are facing here in our community. As it pertains to individual people, we've got 140 to 150 jobs that will be available that it will take to run a community of this size. That information will always be available and be made available. We will make sure that the websites are updated, make sure that it's always in the paper and things along those lines, and our community can make sure that they are informed. One of the conversations that we've had in our strategic meetings is maybe actually having a posting board, maybe at the MLK Center, maybe at the other McMillan Park, or there are things along those lines. Maybe actually having places within the community that are designated as where we post our jobs, where we post our bids and things along those lines. And so that's very important. Beautification, as we talked earlier, parks like this, we hope that they will not look the same when we leave, and as we come in, will never look the same. Upgrades that we want to see, awesome, and we're definitely looking forward to doing that. We want to make sure that this community not only knows that we're here while we're here, but knows that we were here when we're gone. It's very important for us.
And I know you guys in Mount Olive are very good with community stuff, but we're on camera, so we'll hold you guys accountable. When it's time for back to school, for book sacks and shoes and clothes, community needs, just like we'll hold you guys accountable.
Absolutely, and hold us accountable separately. Hold us accountable for Mount Olive doing their part, and hold Kingdom Logistics accountable for doing their part, and you might get 2 checks every time.
Always. So, if anybody have any questions, how can they reach you? Kingdom Logistics.
Absolutely. Kingdom Logistics, Braylon Harris to be reached via my Facebook, Braylon Harris. Very easy to inbox me, message me, get that answer that you need. I know many times it's very difficult to get to individuals, particularly individuals that do great, are doing large projects or whatever the case may be. Not that hard to get in touch with. Call DT or text me, you'll get an answer pretty quick. As well as you can always contact me via my phone as well, 563-1231. Very simple number, 563-1231. If I'm on the phone with another concerned citizen, I'll definitely make sure that you leave a message. I'll definitely get back to you. We want to answer every single question that we possibly can. But one of the important things that I want to mention as it pertains to communication, this is what I enjoy. I would love to, if we possibly could, make sure that we have lunches with people and dinners with people and things along those lines. So don't hesitate to call and invite. I love to eat. I don't look like it, but I do. I'm always open to meet someone, hopefully for lunch. If I'm not open to that particular day that works best for you, we'll schedule one along the way. We've got some time before this thing gets really off the ground, and that time we want to spend communicating with our community and making sure that everyone is abreast of the great benefits and we're addressing the deficits that may be involved in a facility like this. But we've got a great opportunity here in Southwest Louisiana to do some great things, real great opportunities. There's in excess of $85 billion getting ready to head down I-10, and we want to make sure that each community in Southwest Louisiana gets their fair share. And we believe that this particular project ensures that Lake Charles North gets their fair share, as well as is mitigated from some of the issues that are involved in not having these potential organized communities within your communities, to ensure that your community is not overrun.
And you know me, I'm a numbers guy.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the numbers. Numbers don't lie. And so with 2,800 potential people coming here, average of $60,000 a year, that's roughly $168 million.
$168 million.
Right here on Opelousas Street.
On Opelousas Street.
And half of that is pretty much guaranteed to stay here for sure. So that's roughly $84 million right here on Opelousas Street.
That's accessible. And here's the thing. We want, and a lot of the things, of course, we were going through all the processes, going to the police bureau, going to the planning and zoning. So we spent a lot of time with administration over the last 6 months and even 12 months. We spent a ton of time in the back room with this project, making sure that it was feasible, making sure that it was possible from a logistical standpoint and things along those lines. And now it's time to come out front. There's some things that we already have scheduled, already have planned to do for our community. One of those things is we're going to be doing some seminars of how you can build your business. And just to give you a couple pointers, if we can, very quickly, one of the things that was essential for Kingdom Logistics is we had to network with one another. I could not have done this by myself. Any individual of our team could not have done this by themselves. It took us bringing our expertise together to be able to manage a project of this size. So we had to network within ourselves. But then we also had to go out and build a national partner. So that means that not only did I have to give up some to network with others, but also that group then had to give up some to have that network with a national company that comes in, provides that level of expertise, that capital level and things along those lines. And then last but not least, not only did we network within ourselves, not only did we network nationally, but we had to make sure that we had a benefit for our community, and we continue to communicate with our community. So if you're looking to do business, and not only with Kingdom Logistics, not only with Rosie's Place, but anyone that is a part already positioning themselves with this project, make sure that you are networking. If it's 2 or 3 of you that have the same trade or same ability, come together and form a stronger entity, a stronger organization. Look out there and see if there's any national organizations that can undergird you, that can back you, that can provide those operation manuals, that expertise, that confidence that some of these large companies need to help you get started. And then, of course, make sure that you are continually communicating, operating in what you know and I know as a spirit of excellence, and doing your very best, and always be open for a phone call. Put your numbers out there. Make sure that you can have that open line of communication. And those are just 3 pointers. And again, there will be seminars about how to get involved with Rosie's Place, but also, since we've been somewhat successful in breaking in and communicating with the larger EPCs, engineering, procurement, and construction companies there, how to also make communications with them, open those lines of communication, because there's huge contracts, great opportunity that is available right here in Southwest Louisiana. I was talking to the HR manager of Floor just the other day, and he said just the water cooler contract is several $1,000s per day. Just the community coffee, I guess gave him a plug, but just the community coffee contract that's on that facility, thousands of dollars a day. I mentioned to you earlier that a frozen cup vendor that would expand their freezer, get some water and some Kool-Aid and some good sugar. Potentially, if they could sell 500 frozen cups a day to these individuals as they come in out of the Southwest Louisiana heat at $1 a day, $160,000, $130,000 a year that individual can make. And so there's a plethora, a gamut of opportunity here. As you have said, you ran those numbers, about $86 million potentially that can be just out of the Rosie's Place complex that could be distributed within our community throughout Southwest Louisiana just because of the Rosie's Place opportunity.
And that's just annual numbers.
Those are annual numbers. And again, we've projected. I encourage everyone to go to the Go Group website, look at the temporary housing study. I believe it's very important to understand the problem before you critique the solution. If your daughter would come to you and say, Daddy, the answer is 2, You could only critique and tell her that answer was wrong or right if you understood the problem was 1 + 1. You had to know the problem. And so the GO group has done about $1 million worth of research to articulate as well as to be able to display the problem that we could potentially face with 28,000 transient workers. Please go to that GO group website, view that temporary housing study, go to Lone Tree USA, see what our national partners are doing, visit Rosie's Place online, visit my page, go and see what is, and get the holistic picture and the potential solution. But again, those are yearly numbers at 86 million potentially that can flow out into our community from Rosie's Place, and the projects are potentially going to last 7 to 10 years. And they're already 6 months behind, so we're expecting them possibly to go 10 to 12 years long. And so there is a massive 86 million times that by 10. You're talking about some 86 potential billion, not $8.6 billion that could potentially be spent right out of Rosie's Place over the next 7 to 10 years. Massive opportunity. All of us must look and see within ourselves, what are our visions, what are our ideas, how can we network to make those a reality over these next 7 to 10 years.
Braylon, I appreciate your time, man, giving information to the community. And if you guys have any questions you want to ask Braylon, you have his information. And thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your time. And good luck with everything, bro.
Thanks for the call.